All right, this is Dave McCutcheon. I'm here with Joe McDonald, the owner of A&M Digital Technologies and the host of our Help Desk show based around all things technology, computer, backup files, cell phone related. So now that we're getting more in depth with our episodes, we're covering a lot of different topics.
If it's got a chip in it, we cover it.
There you go. So covering all those things, one of the people that have watched our videos in the past has thrown a question out there, talk to us more in depth about antivirus. And we talked about internet safety and protecting your computer and stuff. So that was just a component of it. Now we're going to expand on that. So as usual, you have a lot of good information to share. And just as a quick background, tell us a little bit about what your business does and why this is important.
Well, our business is to sell and service computers, printers, network equipment, servers, anything that's computer, network, or
I was going to say anything technology.
Yeah, technology related. Yeah.
So across the board, and you do a lot of business work, backing up files and data storage and networking and stuff as well, along with personal business as well for the individual who just has a computer in their home.
Right.
So you guys cover a lot of stuff. So this week's topic is going to be antiviruses,
Yes.
and that was the question posed to you through your forum.
Yeah, we're excited to announce that this is our first viewer-submitted topic, and
an important one.
Yes, and that person's actually going to win a free 1-year subscription of Norton Antivirus.
Really?
Yes.
Nice. Okay, so that's probably a $50 value.
Yes.
Awesome. So one lucky watcher viewer that posed a question. So don't forget always after you watch these videos or even before you watch them, throw a question out there. And if yours gets picked, lots of good stuff courtesy of A&M Digital Technologies headed your way. So all right, with that in mind, let's talk antiviruses.
Okay.
Who needs them?
Well, if you're watching this show right now, whether it be live or YouTube, you need it.
You need it. Yeah, there you go. You automatically qualify just by seeing this. Okay. Why? Why do they need it? Why does every person need it?
Well, if you've got a computer connected to the internet, you're connected to the world.
Right.
So anybody in the entire world that's connected to the internet has the possibility of capability of getting into your computer and ruining your day pretty much. Right.
So giving you a virus, hence the antivirus. So,
right.
How does a person get a virus on their computer? What type of activities, I guess?
Well, going to certain websites that are kind of sketchy, email attachments, Facebook posts, going to YouTube links, just anything that involves internet activity, you're vulnerable. Okay,
so people purposefully set up websites just to give you viruses.
Right.
Do posts on forums and on Facebook to give you viruses.
Right.
Send you emails just to give you viruses.
Right.
So there are people out there just doing this because.
Right.
And that's who you need to protect yourself from.
Right.
Okay, so why is this important for us?
It's important to protect yourself because almost everybody that uses a computer has some type of personal information saved on there, whether it's just pictures of your family. If you shop online and you save your credit card on certain websites, if you download a virus, it could be something what they call keylogger. So each time you type in your name, your address, your phone number, your credit card number, that's being logged.
And it's transferring that information. So some viruses gather information and data from you personally.
Right.
Other viruses are more, I wouldn't say mean because it's also mean to steal your information, but are more destroying, I guess. So talk about viruses that come in and just mess your computer up.
Well, what they first do is they come into your system and bring a pop-up saying, "Hey, you've got a virus. Click this button and we'll clean it up." So you click that button.
Extremely tricky.
So you click that button, it'll either do one of two things. One, download the virus itself, or it's already attached to virus, and it'll say, "Here for $45, we'll fix it." Well, you send them you type in your credit card number, you just sent that overseas to anybody and everybody.
So, and I would venture to guess it doesn't even have to go overseas to be bad enough to get you there. Okay, so.
But most of the attacks are from overseas.
Sure. So 3 aspects. 1, they're trying to get your information.
Mm-hmm.
2, they're trying to do you harm just to your computer, or 3, they're trying to trick you.
Right.
By making it, and that scares me because, someone that's not very computer savvy or knowledgeable about that aspect of it might say, well, here's an automatic pop-up that seems good for me.
Right.
And most likely is not.
Yeah, there's actually...
How would someone know whether that's true or not?
Well, one of the most common ones that I've been seeing the last month or two is a box up what they've been calling the FBI warning.
Yeah.
You get a box that pops up and says, "This is from the FBI," and has the FBI seal saying that you've got a virus and this, that, and the other, and call this number and all that. That's a virus.
Okay, so it doesn't even have to be you have a virus, we're here to fix it. It could be FBI, CIA, something that seems legitimate, but a scare tactic essentially. That is scary stuff, because that seems legitimate, and you would sit there and question, well, is it or is it not? I don't know. Okay, so very important. Always question it, regardless of where it's from.
Right.
I think some of the ones I've seen is from one of the antivirus companies themselves, PayPal, eBay. I don't know. There's always a couple we talked about earlier that float up there to say, "Ooh, your account has been compromised."
Yeah, I've actually seen an email that said they was from PayPal, but they wasn't.
Right.
And you click the link and you look at the site; it looks legitimate.
Right.
We pulled it up compared to the actual PayPal site, and the only difference between the two, at the very bottom where nobody ever looks, there was 2 different pictures at the bottom.
Okay, yeah. So important stuff. Never trust it.
Right.
And I'm guessing, what we talked about on the last show, for an individual to get contacted by the FBI or the CIA or PayPal or eBay, it's pretty slim that someone, Yahoo, whatever it might be, it's pretty slim that this huge company's going to say, hey, Joe, I'm just focused on you. You get all my attention.
Right.
That throws off red flags.
Right.
Okay, so having your antivirus, as the scenarios we just went through, is extremely important. What's the difference between having an antivirus and keeping it up to date?
Well, having an antivirus is at least having a program on there that protects you. And with any antivirus nowadays, they are automatically by default set up to automatic updates. So anytime it's connected to the internet, it's always constantly updating itself to make sure that you have the most up-to-date protection.
Right, because it's constantly searching for new viruses that come out and blocking them.
Right.
Okay. What kind of options do you have? Now, I know you work with businesses through your business, and also with the person that's an individual in their home. What options do they have? Let's start out with business people. So if some small business owners or even big business owners are sitting back here scratching their head right now watching this saying, shoot, I'm not sure what I need to do or what my options are, what would you say to that person that owns their own business or works in a business that needs protection?
Well, what I find with business owners is some businesses like to go as cheap as possible. As a business owner, I agree with that. I want to spend as little amount of money as I can.
Yep.
So what a lot of them do is get the free antivirus, which is fine for home use. But if you read that the terms of agreement license, the little checkbox everybody never reads and checkbox and goes next. Well, the terms of the agreement is you say that you're agreeing to that you're going to install this on a home computer, not a business.
Really? Okay. So if you're a business owner, you're automatically canceling out any help they can really give you.
Any free, well, you're not allowed to use any free software.
For a business. So, okay, so what would you recommend a business owner do?
Well, give us a call or contact us. We actually sell Norton antivirus. That's what we highly recommend with everybody. But everybody has their own preference. And if you say, hey, I use McAfee, or if I use AVG Business Edition, that's fine. We'll get you with whatever you want. But for a personal preference, we use Norton.
Right. And I know it's important. Business owners have more to protect.
Yes.
But it's also hard because they just don't know.
Right.
I got it. Sure, I don't know what it does. At that point, why should they call you?
Well, what we find with most business owners, they're there to conduct business. They're not there to worry about the computer.
Right. And they probably don't know enough. I mean, I know from my experience here with Patch, I don't know enough. That's why I have you guys here, to take care of me, because I don't know enough. My business is working with kids, not computers. Therefore, it pays to have computer people come in and take care of our computers.
Right. You want to spend your time doing your job, not trying to worry about what the computer's doing.
And it's a lot of information to keep up with. Okay, so the business owner needs to go above and beyond to protect themselves.
Right.
And the best way to do that is call you, have you come in and evaluate their system, their setup, and their...
What we do with all of our businesses is, first thing we do is we go in and evaluate. We look at all the security measures they have in place, as simple as passwords on the computers.
Yep.
And, it's physical security, passwords on the computers, antivirus, security appliances like firewall, stuff like that. What do they have in place currently, or what do they not have in place?
Right. Yeah, if you ask me right now, do I have my firewalls in place? I would say I don't know. We get checked by the fire marshal. We're approved. I don't know.
Right.
So I have no idea. So yes, that's extremely important. There's a lot of little stuff in there that the average person just doesn't know about. That's where you come into play.
Right. So what we do is we go and evaluate, and then we sit down with you one-on-one and say, okay, here's what you have, here's what you don't have, here's where you need to be.
Right.
And we don't say you have to have this. This is what we highly recommend.
Right.
And then you decide on from there.
Right. And that's good business sense. It's better to have options. And then you can make good choices, hopefully, from that. So, okay, so that's the business owner. What about the person at home? You have grandpa sitting at home, just now learning Facebook, getting on the internet, cruising around. what do they need to know?
Well, for antivirus for a home user, they do have the two options. They have the free version options with programs like Avast and AVG, which is fine. It's basic protection.
Right.
But it's bare minimum protection.
I'll go with what you said last show. You get what you pay for.
Right.
So you're getting just the bare minimum someone's willing to give away.
Right.
What would you recommend the minimum usage? I mean, I'm assuming that's if you have nothing else and you can't afford it, go ahead and get the free one.
Right.
Let's assume someone could afford $40, $50, or I know you always have sales on this stuff, and I'm guessing you have a sale on antivirus. But, you know, for that amount of money, what would you recommend they do? What is the minimum you would say, here's at least where I see you getting to?
Well, we always use Norton Internet Security, and it comes with, you know, the extra bells and whistles. It has the antivirus, plus it has a firewall, which what it does is sit there and constantly monitors while it's trying to bang through the internet and try to hit your computer. So it's sitting there monitoring that. Then it has what they call the safe search scans, where you go to Google, type in a search, and for the results, it sits there and scans all links. Okay, this one's good, this one's good, this one's bad.
And I have that on mine, and that is so handy because it'll give you a little check mark with a safe in green, and if it's red, you know that it's a bad site.
Right.
So huge. I mean, that's huge. When you're making decisions on where to go get your information, knowing a safe site versus a non-safe site is extremely huge if you want to keep your computer operating efficiently and protect your information.
Right. Okay. Now, I will throw in the disclaimer that home or business, it doesn't matter. If you have an antivirus, this is not a guarantee that you're safe.
Right.
You know, this is just an extra layer of protection to protect yourself from getting hacked.
Well, let's use the example. We talked about this earlier. We were saving it for towards the end. Give your metaphor for how this works for people that can't say, well, for the folks out there that just say, well, I just can't wrap my head around what this exactly does. What's an antivirus do for you in layman's terms?
Okay. Well, think of your computer as a car.
Yep.
And the internet the highway. So you're driving down the road. Your free basic antivirus is your seatbelt. You get in a car wreck, that seatbelt's going to protect you.
To some degree.
Right. The wreck is a virus.
Right.
So if you're driving down the same road with a paid version of antivirus, the
seatbelt's in place.
Right, the seatbelt's in place.
Now you have to add the extras.
You have the airbags and all the extra safety features to protect you from the virus.
Right. So now that's the upgraded version, and I think that's a great metaphor. When you start talking about, well, just exactly what it does for you, it gives you the safety precaution along with some extra stuff that's going to keep you from getting hurt, possibly killed. Of course, with your computer virus,
well,
it could possibly hurt or kill your computer if you don't protect it. And so that's essentially what you're doing. Now, that doesn't mean you won't ever get hit by a virus.
Right.
It just means that you're taking extra precautions to keep it from doing damage or hopefully not just, I don't know, what term would you use to completely melt your computer down? Somebody get the blue screen of death.
Right, completely crash your system.
Yeah, crash your system. There you go. So you avoid that by having antivirus. Okay.
And to throw out a number, within the last 2 weeks, I've had 12 systems come through the shop that's been affected with viruses.
Wow. Well, I remember before, because I, as a personal example, I didn't used to really believe in antivirus. I was like, well, as long as I'm careful, you know, I'll be okay. By golly, I got the blue screen of death.
Yeah.
And what that means is you get the blue screen and nothing will work, nothing will turn off, nothing will turn on. You just get a blue screen.
Right.
And you know it's bad news.
Yep.
So ever since then, I'm a Norton fan. And I know Norton's probably the most prevalent, highest regarded system, and I'm assuming that's why you back it.
Right.
Okay, so that's pretty much the specifics of why you need it, how it works for you, some examples, and I think the car wreck is a perfect example. And, you know, if you can't kind of wrap your head around it still, what should people do? Like if someone calls you up and says, Joe, you know, I don't understand antivirus, how important is it? You know, final thoughts on what they need to know.
What they really need to know is if you're connected to the internet, you need some kind of protection, period.
No, it's going to get you.
Right. And you say, well, all I do is Facebook and I shop a little bit on the line. That's the worst thing I want to hear when you say, I don't know if I got an antivirus or not, because that's just saying, that's just pretty much sitting your credit card on Main Street and say, there it is, have at it.
Yeah, hopefully someone will pick it up and return it to me, but most likely they're going to grab it and go on a spending spree.
Right.
So, okay, so, you know, everybody should know that now. How to get a hold of you. Give us the good, juicy information on how to get a hold of you and how to get your services and all that good stuff.
Well, they can give us a call at our offices at 304-927-3588 or check out our website at amdigitaltechnologies.com, and then on the far right side, if you click the online store button, you can go in there and check out our great deals on antivirus software.
Yep. And I know I'm friends with you on Facebook with your store, so I see the daily specials I just saw today was a Bluetooth speaker system that looked pretty cool. You might be hearing from me later on that. But,
okay.
You know, we've and I've gotten some stuff from your store. We've gotten for all our employees because June's coming up, and with new chief of police, John Caldwell, they're going to be enforcing the new laws in June, the hands-free devices. So you'll have to use some sort of Bluetooth when you make your cell phone calls, and we talked about that last time. So if you need more information on that, you check out our previous episode. But those are the kind of things that I sat there and scanned your store, caught them on special, and ordered them. Got the great price, better than I can get at some of the bigger stores.
Right.
So,
well, to give you some idea, if you go to the big box stores right now to buy just one version PC of Norton, you're looking to pay about $50.
Yeah.
We sell for 30 or less.
Right. So awesome deals. And keep in mind, and I've been saying this at every show, and I know I'm beating the drum with it, but support your local businesses. This show is courtesy of A&M Digital Technologies, and our other episodes deal with kids, you know, high school students, Grace Westfall, Kale and JD doing a youth show. So we always have a guest from someone from the community that supports our programs and supports the community. Those are the kind of things that are important when you're in a small rural county. And on a state, regional, national level, one of the things that Patch is known for is our networking ability. And I think part of that is because we're from a rural county in a small town, and we have lots of wonderful self-made business partners. So when you're going out there and you're buying these things, if you're thinking about getting an antivirus or you think it's something for you, definitely contact Joe and Cena here at A&M Digital Technologies. You're also supporting our basketball league.
We're excited to get started.
Yeah, we'll give out shirts here this coming Thursday and the next Tuesday. Or next Monday, I mean, and we had about 50 kids show up last night to our first basketball practice, and it's a fitness program based around basketball skills, but A&M Digital Technologies is sponsoring that for us, and we're really excited about that partnership.
So now, do I get the ref shirt, or?
I dare you to show up and ref this deal. It's like barnyard basketball. No, it's not. But you know, luckily we don't need refs. That's the good news. No refs needed, but it's chaos and it's fun, and we focus on stuff like teaching kids how to dribble, you know, the basic fundamentals for basketball with a lot of exercise involved. It's wintertime. Kids need a place to go burn some energy, can stay healthy and exercise. And again, having these partnerships in the community. So when you go out there to buy anything related to technology, support your local businesses. Joe and Cena McDonald here, the owners of A&M Digital Technology, a local Spencer business. And again, an excellent topic. We had our first question posed to you, antiviruses. So that's what we talked about this week. If you have any questions, get a hold of Joe and Cena. Check them out on Facebook, A&M Digital Technologies, your website, and as you said, your online store, and email. And throw a question out there. If you get chosen, I mean, shoot, you know, someone just got $50 worth of antivirus for just throwing out a question.
Right.
So we'll see you next week. Joe and Cena McDonald, thank you very much for our help desk topic with all things involved with technology. And we'll see you next week. And hopefully your question will be chosen. We'll get some good free stuff.
Sounds good.
All right. Thank you, Joe.
Thank you.
See you next week.